Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this little fellow right here, Patriots and Redcoats. This is a social deduction game where there are two teams at the table, both vying for victory in the Revolutionary War. It is a pretty neat smash up of a couple of my favorite social deduction games. So you're basically just trying to get 4 victories on the table for your team before the other team is able to achieve the same goal. So let's get down to the table. I'll show you how it works, and then we'll come back with some final thoughts in just a few moments. Let's get to it. Now, at the beginning of most social deduction games, and the same thing is true here, you go through a round where you put your head down, close your eyes, and go through a script that's usually provided for you in the rule book, and it is in this game as well. But if you go to Green Feet Games Works website and use either an audio file with a female voice or a male voice, you can use Agent 355's voice or Major John Andre's voice. We'll go ahead and use Agent 355's voice here, and this is what it would basically sound like.
Everyone, close your eyes. Patriot leader, George Washington, and the Patriot spy, open your eyes and nod to each other. Patriot leader and the Patriot spy, close your eyes. Everyone, open your eyes. The war begins.
Now, after that round has been gone through and the Patriot leader and the Patriot spy know who each other are, the commander is going to be the first person here to go, and they're going to turn over the first spycraft card. Now, the spycraft card can be given to anybody that he chooses, but he knows that this person over here is the Patriot leader because they saw each other. So he doesn't want to reveal who he is, so he's going to give it to somebody else. So he's going to go ahead and give it to this person over here, meaning that they now have 2 spy symbols on them. If they get one more, they're going to have to reveal one of their loyalty cards. And now the next person is able to flip over a card. Now they have 2 as well. But he's going to go ahead and say, you know what? We're going to go ahead and go all in and try to find out who this person is. Have a good feeling about the commander. I think that they're probably a patriot. I'm a patriot. And so we're going to have them turn over one of these cards. And so this person decides to turn over a patriot card. And they're like, whoa, okay, well that wasn't necessarily a good thing. Now, what that did was that took 1, 2, 3 of those. So what this is going to do is it's going to turn to its side and be worth only 1 now at the beginning. So that person still has 1 spy thing on it, and this one is returned to the discard pile. And now this person is going to turn over a spycraft card, and it's reversed. So now it's going to go back over here, and that person is going to turn over a skip the next turn. So that would bring it back to the commander, which whenever the turn comes back to the commander, another card is not drawn. His turn hasn't actually skipped, but he is now going to choose a war council. Really, there's a lot of questions that you can ask yourself at this point. But let's just say that this person is chosen as the commander's agent, and now everybody gets a vote to see if that war council passes. So everybody puts their hands out in the middle and either does a thumb up for a positive vote or a thumb down for a negative vote. And let's just say that it does pass. Now, the commander is going to take 4 war cards and look at them. And then he's going to be able to discard one of them and give the other 2 to the person. So he's going to discard this one, of course secretly, and then give the other 2 to his agent. And then his agent is going to choose one of them, again secretly, and put it face up here. Now, while that interaction is going on, there can be no communication between the commander and the agent. But after the war card is played, any kind of communication can happen at all. Like this person can say, look, I didn't have a choice. The guy gave me 2 Patriot victory cards. What was I supposed to do? I'm a Redcoat through and through. Don't think that I'm a Patriot. And the commander can be, no, he's lying, and I definitely gave him a victory. He's definitely a Patriot. And anything can go there as far as after the war token has been played. The 2 that were secretly discarded are put over here in the discard pile, and then the commander token passes to the next person, and we start doing spycraft cards again. So a reverse, normally we'd be going clockwise, but now since the reverse was the first card, this person is going to be next, and we're going to go around in clockwise, counterclockwise fashion. So now this person has to draw 2 spycraft cards and deal with them specifically. So he's going to, first of all, give a spy card. Wow. I really want to know. This was the previous commander from the last round. I really want to know what one of these other 2 cards is. So we're going to play this on him, meaning that he has 3, which means that he has to automatically reveal one of these cards, and he's going to turn it over. Ooh, he's a turncoat. So he could be, this could count as a redcoat or a patriot. So he could be a patriot, or he could still be a redcoat, and we don't know it. Now he's going to play the second card, which is the Hessians card, and that means he has to draw 2 more. And this one says, choose a player to flip a loyalty card back to face down. Well, he doesn't want to do that right now, so he's going to call a war council automatically. But first he's going to do these 2. He's going to give 1 to this, and then he's also going to play this one, which has this person skip their next turn, and I can choose a player to reveal one of their face-down loyalty cards of their choice. So he's going to choose this person to reveal one of their cards. He'll turn it over, and oh look, it's a patriot. So this one has been taken care of as well. Now we simply have to do this one. He's going to call a war council and choose without voting. So he's going to choose this person over here because he knows that this person is a patriot. So he's going to choose these 3 cards, flip them over, and of course he's going to get rid of that redcoat victory, give these 2 to him secretly. He'll choose 1 and of course flip it over. And of course, just like the last war council, you cannot, while that exchange is going on, talk, but after the tile is played, any kind of shenanigans can begin. And now that that card has been played out, we continue in the regular form. So this person has had their turn skipped, and now this person is going to go, and they're going to assign a card. They really think this person's very much a patriot, I think. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that they are having to flip over some tokens. Over here we come, and oh wow, winter is coming. So 2 cards are flipped over. The reverse means that it's going to start going back around this way in the spycraft phase. And then a conceal. Well, he's going to play this conceal on himself and get rid of one of those spy cards so that he doesn't have to worry about that any longer. Now we're going to have to go through the second part of Winter is Coming, where each player flips a loyalty card. So we're going to go ahead, and this person will flip this one, and this person will flip this one, and then we're going to pass to the left a loyalty card of your choice. This card is going to come over here. This card will go over here. This one will go here. And then this one will come over here. Just like that. Now that was just a random way to do it, but that's generally how it will go. You, of course, will have the choice. You can look at your loyalty cards at any time and choose which one you pass. Now, in this specific instance, this is where this person was the redcoat leader, and they wanted to try to make this person a redcoat. But one of the things about being a spy is that if you ever have the redcoat leader given to you, you are going to assassinate that redcoat leader, and the Patriots automatically win. So this was just a case where this person was trying to get this person to become a redcoat while remaining a redcoat themselves to get more people on their turn, but they didn't know that this person was the spy. Maybe they thought that it was the rebel leader, but here was the Patriot leader over here. So again, this is a really neat game that can take just a few minutes to play, or it can go through, I've seen it go through this deck a couple of times, and there'd be a lot of different things going on in it. Now, I should say before we get into anything else is that there's one little thing that I didn't go over during that explanation, and that is if there is ever a tie, or if the War Council is voted down, in other words, it is not approved by a number of majority of positive votes, then the little black disc on that war track moves one space. And if that happens 3 times, then a random war tile is flipped over and put into either track, whatever it might be. So there is a little bit of a random factor there as far as not getting your war council approved. But that's a pretty cool thing. Now, to me, this feels like a smash up between 2 of my favorite social deduction games. One of them is The Resistance, and the other one is Good Cop, Bad Cop. And that is one of the reasons why I think I like this game so much. A little bit over foreshadowing there, but bear with me. I really liked having the 3 different roles in front of you, the 3 different loyalty cards, and the majority determines who you are unless you're one of those special roles, the spy or the leader, for each respective side. That comes from Good Cop, Bad Cop a little bit. But I also like the fact that you're choosing a war council and that war council has to pass a vote, which is one of the major mechanisms, at least in my opinion, from the Resistance. And when you have those 2 coming together like this, on top of everything else that I'm about to mention, it really, really shined. So with that being said, some of the pros of the game for me is that I love how this game flows and plays. It doesn't get clutchy. The spycraft phase is so tension filled because you can make arguments and rebuttals and have debates between who should get that spy card or who should get the conceal cards that come out. And when that winter is coming card hits, man, it's such a shakeup, and there's a lot of intricate things that can go on in that war is coming card, because who you give, or rather what card you give to that person to your left, can really help swing the votes in your favor next time that war council comes around. So that's a really cool thing. The fact that the spycraft phase can actually reverse. I know that seems like a throwback to like Uno, as well as the skip the turn card. But it works because maybe that skip the turn card will come up to when that next person was going to be the guy that really wants you to turn over another loyalty card. And it can just be a real outflow of relief when that person doesn't get a turn. So there's so many different things. And then the other special cards that are in there, the Hessians and the other spy cards that are in there, they really give that person it comes up to a neat thing to do on their turn. The spycraft phase is such a fun thematic, I guess you could say, way of dealing with this struggle between 2 factions, and I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a great, streamlined, elegant way of dealing with that conflict between the 2 factions. On top of that, the artwork in the game and the graphic design of the game also works very well. I love the colonial era pictures that are used for the most part in this game. And then the artwork that is on top of that fits. It's a little bit different, but it fits, and it doesn't pull away from the thematic inclusion that the game is trying to pull you in with. So I love the artwork. I think it's a great thematic graphic design. Having a companion app on their website. Now, it's not downloadable that I know of. I wasn't able to get it to download. It's not in the App Store or anything like that. You actually have to go to Green Feet Games website, and then you can play it on there. I didn't have any trouble at all finding it, and it was very simple to play. It worked seamlessly every single time. So having a companion voice for the game really helps with that thematic inclusion that games like this are really kind of banking on. So the fact that they were able to do it, the voice actors that they used did a good job as far as providing a let's get going, the war has begun, yeah, let's go, that type of thing. So I love the fact that they had that companion voice file on their website that you could go use. Component quality is also really good. The cards are durable. The war tiles that are going to be handled a lot are also durable. The cards mainly just sit on the table for the most part. So I think are going to stand the test of time. The tiles, however, are the things that are passed around the most, and those are not cards, which I liked. They still call them cards in the rule book, which might be a little confusing, but they're tiles. Get over it. And they are very thick cardboard stock, and I think they're also going to be very durable as well. And finally, for the pro section, this is a game that you want to play over and over and over and over and over again in one sitting. And that's what we have done in the past with this game. I think one night we played this probably 6 or 7 times, one right after the other, because we were just having such a blast playing this. Everybody at the table was just getting into the theme, calling each other lobster backs and redcoats and you rebel scum, that type of stuff. That's Star Wars, but that's kind of what we were doing. We were just having a great time, and we played it so many times, and that's the kind of game that this is. Now, finally, the only real con that I have for the game is the fact that new players aren't going to be as good at playing it as people who have played it before. They're not going to see some of the nuances of how that Winter is Coming card can really shift the paradigm that exists within the game and really kind of turn things in your favor. Maybe it will, maybe they won't, but that's really the only seriously light con that I can find with the game. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. This is one of my favorite social deduction games now because, first of all, I love the theme. I'm a huge Revolutionary War fan. I spent a lot of time in my childhood growing up in Virginia. We were able to go to Yorktown and all of those other different kinds of national parks that were centered around the Revolutionary War, colonial Williamsburg and all that kind of stuff. So this is really kind of part of not just my history, but also my childhood. So the theme really hits home with me. And on top of that, the gameplay is so fun and so streamlined that, good night. It really sticks. So as far as social deduction games is concerned, now again, the theme might be off-putting for some people. So it's not going to be across the board what I'm talking about here, but I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. This is a great social deduction game. It takes some of the hitches and the clutches that were in some of those other games and does away with them, which is strange because it uses some of the same mechanisms. But that Spycraft card phase is really streamlining and elegant that tension that exists between the two factions that in other games, it relies upon just dialogue to do. And I like the fact that it has taken that reliance upon dialogue and has not done away with it, but has shifted it to, I have a card that I need to play now. So how am I going to play this card? And that dialogue still happens, but now there's a catalyst. You know what I'm saying? And that card doesn't change. It's always going to stay the same, but the discussion around the table is focused upon that card and how that card's going to be used. And I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. So 9 out of 10 for Patriots and Redcoats for me. I love this game. If you haven't tried it, you need to go do it, especially if you love social deduction games. So that's it for me. 9 out of 10 for Patriots and Redcoats. See you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.